Good morning, children. I think yesterday you went with the videos which has been sent. I told you to copy the formulas also because I told you they are very important and we are going to the same chapter only, that is polynomials. So nearly 13 to 14 formulas has been given yesterday and I explained you about the formulas also, formulae. So go to the formulae and note down everything what has been given there. I told you to copy in a A4 size paper, whatever it is, however it is, or you feel convenient to copy that, because it will be go on repeating when you are using the problems and when you are going with the some typical problems also. Okay, last class we stopped at the graphs, so still we have 3 graphs to go with it. Let us see what are the graphs. I told zeros of the polynomials, that is linear, second one is quadratic, and third one is cubic polynomial. We had 3. So I explained also, I gave the examples of all the 3, and also I told you what do you mean by linear polynomial, what do you mean by quadratic polynomial, and what do you mean by cubic polynomial also. So everything we studied there here. So today we will see 2 more graphs he has mentioned here. So what are the 2 more graphs and the meaning of the 2 more graphs here? See, when you set these graphs, see here we have 2 graph sheets here. So first one you can see the graph. What is the name I have given? What I told you? What is the name of it? The name of it is parabola. So this parabola is not touching x-axis anywhere in figure 1. It is above the x-axis. I told you when the line touches, when the parabola touches the x-axis, then only you can find zeros of the polynomials, or else it is very difficult, you cannot find. In the second case also you can see the parabola is down the x-axis, it is above the x-axis, it is down the axis. So in these 2 cases we don't find the parabola touching the x-axis. So what we say, these polynomials, write down. So the quadratic polynomial So what are you doing here? We are writing here. So the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c has no zeros. This is very important. Why it doesn't have any zeros? Because here the parabola is not touching the x-axis, and here also the parabola is not touching the x-axis. When the parabola is not touching the x-axis, that indicates that the quadratic polynomial, general form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c has no zeros at all, because at least they have to touch the x-axis at somewhere or the other point, because here clearly I mentioned here the parabola is not touching either x-axis in figure 1 or x-axis in this figure also. So these type of quadratic polynomials, ax square plus bx plus c, we call them as they have no zeros at all. Okay. Let us see about the cubic polynomial. Let us take one example and let us go with the cubic polynomial. And there you can go and you can see the textbook with page number 6 he has mentioned there. So he has mentioned the quadratic cubic formula y equals to x cube minus 4x. So we have here cube, so it is a cubic polynomial. And also he has mentioned the values also, no need of calculating again the values, you know how to calculate the values also. So he has given the table, according to the table he has given the graph also. Let us see what does it mean, what is the value of these cubic polynomial and what the graph indicates also. Take down the values also. You should copy in your notes or anywhere else, because it will be very clear for you first case he has given x, second y equals to x cube minus 4x. The values are given here, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So he has given the cubic polynomial y equals to x cube minus 4x, and he has also given the values of x, and he has also given the values of y also. So directly we can go into the graph now. So I'll draw the graph. This everything should be copied in notes. And one thing I want to make it clear, what we are doing here on the board, it should be copied in 200 pages long book, that too unruled. Don't copy anything in ruled. Math should be written only in unruled, especially in 10th standard way, because it consumes lots of spaces also. So better go with unruled one, copy in unruled, that too in 200 pages one. So he is given the values here, x dash, y, and y dash. So here given the values. This will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This will be minus 1, 2, 3, minus 4, and minus 5. And here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to take y, you can take y also. And I told you in the beginning only, don't forget to mention the scale, because when you go for valuation for your correction of papers there, first what we see is, first we see the scale there. Either you have mentioned the scale in the graph sheet or not. Because last 2 years it was not there. Before last 2 years we used to regularly go for valuation. So there what we'll say is, if the graph is given, first we'll check whether you have mentioned the scale or not. If you have not mentioned the scale, then there will be cutting of marks, because for mentioning the scale there will be 1 mark compulsorily. You will give the marks also. So don't forget to mention the scales. So I'm writing scale is said here. So x-axis, one unit equals to 1 centimeter, and y-axis 1 unit equals to 1 centimeter. If you mention the scale, don't do anything, just to write the numbers and everything. If you write the scale, you get 2 marks. 100% they will give, because there are some rules and regulations which you follow when you are evaluating your paper. Evaluating in the sense when you are correcting your paper, especially we go for math papers. No? So now you know the values here. The values are given. The values of x is given, and also the values of the equation y equals to x cube minus 4x is given. Let us substitute the values in the graph and let us see what are those. First what we have, minus 2, 0. Where will get minus 2, 0? Generally, minus 2, 0. X is minus 2, so this is minus 2, and it is 0 only. So minus 2, 0. Don't forget to mention the values also. What is second one? Minus 1, 3. X is minus 1, and y is how much he has given? He has mentioned y is 3. So this is minus 1 and 3. What is third one we have? 0 and 0. Where is the 0 and 0? Where will get these 2 points 0 and 0? So this is the coordinates here. So this will be 0, 0. Then again he has given 1 and minus 3. X is 1 and y is minus 3. Then x is 2, y is 0. So this point will get here. X is 2, y is 0. So now draw how the figure you will get here. See, to make you change, I will draw in this way so that it will be very clear for you. So you'll get the graph in this way. Now, how many points or how many zero polynomials are there in this graph? If you see how much you get there. So we have -2, 1, 1 0 of the polynomial, and -1 3. I cannot take -1 3. Why I cannot take -1 3? In the sense, because it is not touching the x-axis. It is above the x-axis, so we won't consider -1 and 3. And second one, what we have, 0 and 0. Why? Because the point 0 and 0 is touching the x-axis, so you can take 1 as 0, because x1 next value is 0. What do you have? Another one? Another one we have 2, because I can't take 1 and -3. Why I cannot take 1 and -3? 1 and -3 are below the x-axis. So when the graph is not touching the x-axis, those points we won't take. So the cubic polynomial, the zeros of the cubic polynomial here are -2, 0 and 2. So you can write it. So -2, 0 and 2 are the zeros of the cubic polynomial. Zeros of the cubic polynomial. I want everyone to copy. So copy the graph. Just I'll give 10 to 15 seconds. You can copy the graph also. Now let us go with, in figure 9.9 is given in page number 8 in polynomials. So we'll see what it is there. One problem remaining, you can copy from the textbook only. He has given very clearly in the textbook. So what he has given is same thing he has given. Same graph he has mentioned again. He has mentioned 3 to 4 graphs there, and the first one is this graph. So this is x dash, x, y and y dash. So how you can write this? The number of zeros in figure 1, I can take this as figure 1. The number of zeros in figure 1 as the graph intersect the x-axis into this at point 1. You can observe clearly where it is intersecting. It is intersecting here. So it is intersecting here at point 1 only. So we have in figure 2 the number of zeros is 2. The group as the graph intersect the x-axis at 2 points. So you have given the 2 points. In third, it is 3, by it is intersecting 3 points. And in 4, it is given the number of zeros is 1. And fifth, the number of zeros is 1, because the graph is intersecting at 1 point. And also as mentioned, the number of zeros is 4. It is intersecting at 4 points in that graph. Okay, children, copy it. Okay children, till now we have seen the worked example, some graph. So what do you mean by graphs? So what are the zeros of the polynomials in the graph sheet and everything. Now we'll start the exercise problems. So we'll go with exercise 1. So if you see exercise 1, you can tell by yourself what is the value of the graph, what is the graph sheet is, and how you can calculate. One I will show you. Let me see how many of you can go with the exercise problems. So open the exercise problems. Page number 9, exercise 9.1. So the first exercise we are starting now. So exercise 9.1 is given there. So what is given? Is given the graphs of y equals to p of x are given in figure 9 point below. So for the some polynomials p of x, find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. So you have to find the number of zeros of the polynomials in each case of the graph. I told you, when you come to know it is the zero of the polynomial when the parabola or the name which you given, or when the line intersects the x-axis, only that point is called the zero of the polynomial. Don't go for y-axis, only consider x-axis. He has given some figures and asked you to find. So let us see what is first one there. So A is given. And now, how many zeros this polynomial has? Does it have any zeros? This is figure 1. A is given nearly 6 figures. In that we have figure 1. How many zeros does this polynomial has? Means whether the line is intersecting x-axis at how many points. So you can see that the line is not intersecting x-axis at any point. So how many zeros it has? It has only 0 zeros only. There will be no zeros for this polynomial. So how to write it? Let us write. For first one, writing the number of zeros is 0. Number of zeros is 0. Why should give the reason? Why zeros only? Why not 1, 2 or 3? Why? Because the graph does not intersect the x-axis at any point. See, here the number of zeros is 0. Why it is the number of zeros is 0? In the sense because the graph does not intersect the x-axis at any point. So the line is not intersecting the x-axis at any point. Therefore, the number of zeros is 0 only. Let us see second figure. What is in second figure? Same thing he has mentioned. Y dash x dash now. What are the number of zeros here? How many zeros does this graph has? So you can see here the graph is intersecting x-axis at only one point. This point it is intersecting. Therefore, the number of zeros is here 1 only. So instead of 0, you make it 1. Then the graph does not intersect. The graph intersect the x-axis at 1 point. Okay. So first, because this graph is intersecting x-axis at only 1 point, therefore the number of zeros is 1. In the third one, see how many ways he has given the graphs here. So how many points it is intersecting? What is the zeros of the polynomials here? Can you say? First, in the first figure it was 0, in the second figure it was 1, and in the third figure how many zeros of the polynomials are there? So here the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points. You can see here. This is first point, this is second point, and this is third point. So the zeros are 3. The zeros of the polynomials are 3 now. Why? Because this graph is intersecting total graph sheet at 3 points here. You can see that. I told you once again, I am telling you it should intersect only x-axis, not y-axis. So x-axis in the sense it is 1 here, it is intersecting at 1, and 2 at 2 and 3 points. It is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points. So you can write in this way, the number of zeros is 3. What is the number? The number of zeros is 3. Therefore, the graph intersects x-axis at 3 points. At 3 points. So I already told you, now it is intersecting at 3 points. So the number of zeros is 3. Why? Because the graph is intersecting x-axis at 3 points. Therefore the graph intersects x-axis at 3 points. So this is how you have to find the intersection or zeros of the polynomials. If it is 4 points, you can write 4. If it is 5 points, you can write 5 points. If it is 6, you can write 6 also. It depends upon how much it is intersecting here. Go with the figures only, then we'll finish it off. We have third graph. These are all exercise problems, because generally these type of questions you may get in multiple choices also. You will ask at how many points the x-axis is cutting, or you may ask what are the zeros of the polynomials in the given figure. You may get for 1 mark, or sometimes you may get for 2 marks also. So very easy one, just give concentration and practice it. Y dash, and the figure is like this. He has mentioned the figure 0. Now how many zeros are there? The number of zeros are 1 and 2. So if it is 1 1 2, then the number of zeros is 2. Why? Because the graph intersection at axis at 2 points. Which are those 2 points? The 2 points is mentioned here is 1 and 2. It is a parabola again in a U shape. So it is the graph is intersecting x-axis at 2 points. Therefore, the number of zeros are 2. And the graph, why? Because the reason is the graph intersects x-axis at 2 points. This is figure 4. Let us see what is figure 5. This is interesting one. Many zeros are there. The graph is intersecting at x-axis at how many points? Can anyone? It is intersecting at how many points? It is intersecting at 1. I told you to consider only x-axis. Second one is 2 because we are taking only x-axis, and this is 3. The third point where the graph is cutting the x-axis, and this is 4. And this is the fourth point where the graph is cutting. So it is cutting at 4 points. So the number of zeros is 4, and the graph intersect x-axis at how many points now? Instead of 2, we have 4 points. Okay. The number of zeros is 4. And therefore the graph intersect x-axis at 4 points. I have written the points also here, the names also where the x-axis intersecting. We have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are the 4 points where the x-axis is where the graph is intersecting in the x-axis. Now let us see another figure. The last one is given. Now, can you say how many zeros are there? And the graph is cutting x-axis at how many points? In anyone? It's very easy. See here, the graph is cutting. Let us count it and write it. So this is first one. The graph is cutting the x-axis at point 1, and this is point 2, and this is point 3. So therefore the number of zeros is how many? 3 are there. We have 3 and we have 3 points. So the number of zeros is 3. Therefore the graph intersects x-axis at how many points? 3 points. You can see the graph here. This is the first point, this is the second point, and this is the third point. So the graph intersects the x-axis at 3 and 4 points. Okay, this is the first chapter what he have just now finished. Only he has given 6 problems there in the first chapter. So these are the 6 problems what we just did now. They are very easy one. Just go with the intersection points and count it and write it. So this will carry 1 marks or 2 marks questions. These are all. 100% you will get any one question. In 6 graphs, you may ask any one graph, or the graph which I made you to copy on the board, in that also you may ask any one. So totally I have done nearly 10 to 15 graphs I have done on the board. So in that you may get 1 or 2 for 1 marks or 2 marks. Okay, let us go for further subject. Okay children, practice the graph. They are very easy one. I told you already, you may get 1 or 2. So if you practice more, then only you will understand the graphs very easily, or else it will be very difficult for you to understand the graphs. Already you have studied in 9th and 8th also, but what I mean is, if you do practice well and good, then you will get the marks also. Okay. Okay, thank you children. We will continue the second portion in the next part. So for today it's enough. Have a nice day.